Hey there, it's Maureen from WisconsinMommy.com, and I thought I'd give you a quick little tour of the Chevy Equinox. So let's go take a look. I gotta say, I love the chrome accents on this car. They look really sharp, especially with the darker colors like the blue and the black. They've got a lot of nice little details like the fog lights in the front, which are both stylish and helpful if you're driving in fog, and the roof rack, which allows you a little bit more versatility when you're traveling or hauling stuff around. The keys have kind of a cool feature. They call it a switchblade. It's basically just a remote, and when you push the button, the key part pops out, which you do need to start the car. From the remote, you have your panic, which I'm not going to send off since I have neighbors. You have a remote start, which is super handy in the winter. A rear hatch, which this is one of the best inventions ever. You just push it, and if your arms are full of groceries, no problem, up it goes. And you can close it just as easily by pushing the button, and down it goes. Pretty handy. Alright, so we can unlock it using the remote. Let's take a peek inside. So once we're inside, we have the helpful dash, and I gotta say, one of the things I love about this, I have this kind of a screen in my Honda, but it does not have this, which is a great shade if the sun's coming in. It makes it so that you can see it all the time, no matter which angle the light's coming from. So when you put it in reverse, you have a great view of what's behind you. And it's kind of hard to show up on here, but there's actually a grid system that shows you, based on where your wheels are pointed, where your car is going to go. So if you have the wheels turned way over to the side, then the grid goes over to the side and shows you where you're headed. So I would imagine that's particularly helpful when you're parallel parking, which is not a strong suit of mine. It also beeps if there's something behind you that maybe you weren't able to see for some reason with the monitor. So just an extra level of protection to let you know. So here we have stereo system. Has got awesome Pioneer speakers. The sound is great. AM, FM, and XM, as well as a nav system. And temperature reading, time, tells you what station you're listening to, tells you there's a weather feature and lets you know what the weather is. It also lets you know if there are alerts, which I think I showed you before. Have all these buttons, seek, information, favorites, you can configure. You have one of my favorite, which is the phone Bluetooth, which is also on the steering wheel. You can answer and hang up the phone without ever touching it. You do the whole thing, you keep both your hands on the wheel the whole time, which I think is a great feature these days. And then, let's see, heated seats, which are great, and all kinds of air control. Oh, and then this button. Take a look at this. I did not know what was going to happen when I pushed this button. I was a little worried it might be an eject button, but actually it turns out it's child lock. So you can set the child lock as easy as this, which now that my son has figured out where on my my door in my car it is, it's in the back, you know, the door that he actually uses, he's always unlocking it. So this is great. You can control it right up here in the driver's seat. And the steering wheel has cruise control, as well as your phone and stereo controls. We have OnStar on the mirror, which is super handy. Another way to open the back hatch, we have a sunlight, or a sunroof, and the controls for those here. Interior lamps. Just a lot of little things that aren't, you know, a huge big deal, but just make your whole driving experience a little bit more comfortable. Tons of room for storage. You got a power outlet there. We got a storage little pocket here, as well as, let's see if I can do this. The console has tons of room. Look how deep that is. And there's also a jack in there for your MP3. You can put a USB port or a USB drive in there, all kinds of things. Gorgeous leather seats, and nice and roomy. Storage in the back, along with a cargo net and all kinds of things. So this was the Equinox, and I loved having it for the past 8 days and driving it around and having all kinds of fun in it. So thanks so much to Chevy and GM for providing this Equinox. It was a very comfortable ride out to Michigan and back.
Traveling east, traveling west.